I have many accounts about Matthew Lynn. Matthew Lynn's have done a lot of great things for people. You know, he has, random people. Feed the hungry type of. He's the feed the hungry type of person. He's just that type of person. If you need work, he'll see to you finding work, getting work. And if you needed a place to stay, you know, he used all his being to help a person out. What account that stands out is one day at Columbia Cafe. I took a break, an hour and a half long break, and I went over to Brookshire's to do some grocery shopping. And at that time, police officers had came here looking for me. And I just want to set the stage on the situation there. I was going to break. As I was going to break, two older ladies and a guy stopped and spoke to me in the front of the cafe. And I told them my name and I introduced myself. They were driving along in the truck on Crestwell Avenue. So after that, I said, well, have a nice day. I'm going across the street to Brookshire's after the short conversation. And when I came back, the police had me surrounded, really had me surrounded. I know I'm a big guy, but they looked pretty scary at the time. And as they were questioning me on about my whereabouts and if I cheated a lady out of gravel, it was gravel, but they kept saying rocks. And at that time, Matthew Lynn was coming right across from his house, right across the way there. And they asked, and Matthew asked me, what's the problem? And the police officers, they were like, this is none of your business, man, you know? And the police, then I told Matthew, while they had me surrounded, it was about 5 cops. And while they had me surrounded, I said, they're accusing me of stealing some rocks or something, Matthew. So Matthew said, wow, Jake's been here all day. You know, and one of the cops was like, hey, man, we're not talking to you, man. We're talking to him, you know. And at that time, by Matthew being a good friend of mine, I got mad because they verbally attacked Matthew at the time, the police officer. But at that time, I was afraid to actually make a gesture because I didn't want to make it look like that I'm being aggressive violently aggressive in any kind of way, and I didn't want them to, you know, hurt me or bring me any harm or anything. So at the time, Matthew was constantly explaining it to him that Jake is innocent. He went across the street to Brookshire's and came back. The police officers, they were like, no, this guy cheated somebody out of a bunch of rocks, and the people around was like, Jake don't sell rocks. You know, it's a pretty funny story if you look at it. Jake don't sell rocks. Jake's not a drug dealer. And the cops got really mad right there because everything was like in bad translation at the moment. Nobody understood what was actually going on, which I didn't understand. I didn't even understand why am I right here surrounded by police officers, you know, for the first thing. But Matthew, he went to battle for him. He went to fight for me. You know, Matthew was telling him that I was here and Jake is innocent. Y'all don't have to do this. The man been at work all day, and I like that Matthew put up that fight for me, and that's the type of guy that he is. You know, he would just go to work and fight for anybody in an injustice type of atmosphere. And not to mention, it all happened right here in the back parking lot right here, you know. And because let's be honest, Matthew did not have to do it. He didn't have to do it, you know, but I'm glad he did. I really am, because like I said, I was afraid for my well-being back here, you know, and me being a big guy like I am, and I was really just afraid for my safety. you know, and I'm just glad Matthew came to my rescue. They said they didn't say I'm sorry or nothing. They just got in the car and left. He stood up for me, basically, and that's the type of person Matthew is. He'll stand up for you, you know. Yeah, yeah.